Welcome to the Stronger Than Your Boyfriend podcast, a podcast for anyone into fitness.
Especially for those of you with the winter blues.
We are Heather and Katie, owners of Barpath Fitness, here to help you sift through the bullshit and toxic misinformation that permeates the fitness industry. So today, we're going to talk about something sad.
Sad.
Seasonal Affective Disorder.
Yeah. Actual sad.
Yeah, so sad. We're talking about this because it's kind of nearing the end of October. Days are getting longer, It's going to be darker, and I think this is we're actually going to talk about how prevalent this is, but it's a thing.
It is a thing.
So, and especially if you don't live in a beautiful place like we do, like Colorado.
Yes, it is very sunny a lot here.
Yeah, we're very, very fortunate here.
Yes.
What's funny is I never noticed it until we moved here, and now I moved here, and I'm like,
right.
It's really sunny, and then I go back.
Yeah, in the Midwest,
I'm like, ooh,
and it's gray.
It's not sunny. Yeah.
It's not sunny here, and it's cold, really cold there.
Yes,
so
exactly. Yeah. So what is SAD, or Seasonal Affective Disorder? It is a type of depression linked to changes in season, most commonly in the winter months when there's less sunlight. The most difficult months for people with SAD in the United States tend to be January and February, which makes sense, right? And according to this, to the internet sources, the AI overlords, it affects about 5% of adults in the U.S. each year. Now, I will say I don't think a lot of it's documented, but according to what they know, 5% of adults. And this is usually in late fall through early spring. And when we say SAD, it is actually more than just the winter blues, but we will talk about the winter blues and the difference here. But if you truly have seasonal affective disorder, symptoms can be extremely overwhelming and interfere with your daily functioning. There is also a milder form of SAD known as subsyndromal, or SSAD.
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 SSAD is literally referred to in literature as winter blues.
Yeah.
So even if you aren't diagnosed with SAD, your winter blues are valid and real and have a name.
Yeah.
SSAD.
Yes.
So just so you know. So according to the DSM-5, which is where all diseases and conditions are, the diagnosis is there. SAD is a depression with a seasonal pattern, including having depression that begins and ends during a specific season every year, with full remittance during other seasons for at least 2 years. So if this is you, that's like how you get diagnosed with seasonal affective disorder. For at least 2 years, starts and stops at the same time, and during those other months, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
That is seasonal depression.
Yeah.
There's also such a thing as summer SAD.
Summer SAD?
Or reverse SAD.
Why, because it's so fucking hot?
Yes. So instead of...
I think I had that one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I actually know someone who has this
I think I do.
Yeah. So instead of lethargy and sluggishness, which comes with winter SAD, right? Summer SAD is associated with agitation.
Yeah.
Especially during extreme heat.
Yeah.
Or bright light. I know someone who has summer SAD.
That's me. Well, okay, I don't think I have it full blown, but I get really irritated by the end of July.
Do you know what you have in common with the person that I know?
What?
Y'all were...
I'm annoying?
Big old kids.
Fat?
Yeah.
Fat
because
kids?
Because
I didn't... it's trauma.
Yeah. He was really hot. Like, it was not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, I was a little chunky monkey.
So yeah, I actually...
It's weird because I kind of did hate summer when I was a kid, but I also loved it because that was my softball season.
Yeah.
So I loved playing ball, but I didn't like going swim. Oh.
Yeah.
But no, I did not think this was a thing.
It's a thing.
And I was going to say, I think I'm a weirdo because I fucking love the fall and winter.
Yeah,
especially in Colorado. It is so awesome here.
It is.
I mean, most days it's like 50 degrees and sunny, but I think we're just, lucky with that. Yeah. But I could live in Seattle, with the gray all year.
I agree.
I could live
Seattle. I love the rain.
And it wasn't something, even in Chicago, when we were in Chicago, I always looked forward to, I was like, okay, we're at August now, only one more month, and then it'll start getting cool.
Summer
all
sad.
the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
reverse sad, summer sad.
Reverse sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cranky summer person.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, July and August here suck.
Yeah.
So hot.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
My other client, Inga, she has it too. Shout out to Inga. We talk about it in our sessions during the summer.
Yeah.
She's like, Katie, it's only a few more weeks. And then she was like, it's our time in a few weeks.
It's truly a thing.
It is. Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
Love to learn that.
All right, let's talk about symptoms.
Okay, so symptoms of SAD, and what I was researching was more for the
For the winter. Yeah, that's the more common.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it sounds like there's full-blown depression that people get, and then there's the winter blues where you're kind of just feeling a little like, here's the dark again, here's the winter again. But so symptoms of SAD, mood changes during the winter, right? I mean, if you have mood changes all year, probably wouldn't relate it to the winter blues, but feelings of emptiness and loneliness and fatigue, irritability as well. I think, I don't know, I would associate the irritability with being really fucking hot in the summer, but you could get irritable when you're, super cold and you're, about the darkness coming, etc. Increased sleepiness during the winter months. Yep. Although I will say for this one, I do think humans in general sleep a little bit more when it's darker, longer.
Yeah, totally.
So you might need to just have an expert help differentiate that, because I think I sleep a little bit more in the winter, whereas the summer I'm just up when the sun is up. So I'm not sleeping in until 6. I'm sleeping in until even before 5 sometimes.
There's a specific mix that happens with seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah.
Between the melatonin, which I'll get into in a second, but basically you have an overproduction of melatonin, but you also have an underproduction of serotonin.
Yeah.
So it's that mix.
Oh, okay.
So yes, we tend to produce more melatonin when it's darker, right?
Yeah.
But if your serotonin is also dropping, then you get depressed.
That was my next point.
Yeah.
So why does SAD even happen? So your neurotransmitters are essentially what help regulate your mood. So if the shorter daylight hours can lead to a lower production of that serotonin. So that's why it's more of a seasonal thing versus an all year thing, which people do have depression all year, but we're talking specifically about SAD, so during the winter. So, and also less sunlight means less vitamin D. And I think people, I'm going to say 99% of people in general are probably not deficient in vitamin D. And I do think we get a little bit more in the summer because you're wearing less clothing and you're outside more, obviously, but you're even more so less outside. You're less outside in the winter. So you're not getting that vitamin D from the sun, and it's not penetrating your skin as much because you have more clothing on when it's cold. So I think a good supplement we probably talked about this, but a good supplement for most people, especially in the winter, is vitamin D. And I think that's pretty safe to say because I think everyone could go get tested right now and probably find a big deficiency there.
I have a huge one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the lack of vitamin D produces a lot of the symptoms that you see when you're, that you could or could not be diagnosed with if you do have SAD. So yes, genetics also play a role. I think genetics and maybe environmental factors when you grew up, if you were a chubby little kid like me, but that's the reverse SAD. But anyways, I think, it probably looks something similar to, runs in your family, similar to someone else in your family. And like I was saying, I have never experienced this. Even when I was a kid, I could remember loving the winter.
Yeah.
I love the fall, but I'm also a fall baby, so I always attributed it to that. Yeah. Like the fall, Midwest falls are the best, best ever. Yeah. But also a good stat to keep in mind is that women do get affected by SAD more than men. I'm not sure why that is, but I think, I don't know, we're maybe a little more sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, I think it's important to get diagnosed by an expert and not diagnose yourself, because there could be something even more bigger going on with you that you might need to get treated, or it could simply just be you have the winter blues, right?
Yeah, so there's a screening instrument called the Seasonal Pattern Assessment Questionnaire, and that's typically how you get your SAD diagnosis. Yeah. And most at risk, like you said, are female, younger, live farther from the equator, and have a family history of either depression, bipolar disorder, or seasonal affective disorder themselves.
Although, why are people from Canada then so nice? They're always cold.
They are very nice. Yeah. So we talked about regulation of serotonin and melatonin, and how that is kind of the main issue of folks that are actually diagnosed with SAD. A drop in the first serotonin, and then overproduction of the second in winter months. But there are some ways that we can cope with SAD. Yeah. And so we'll go through some of those. So the main one, I think, other than getting exposure to sunlight, right, if you can, and getting vitamin D somehow, is there's exercise. Exercise is key. Movement is key to helping with any sort of depression, even if it's seasonal, right?
Yeah.
There's so much literature out there on how exercise helps with any sort of depression.
Along with this exercise note, not to interrupt you, but I think if you do suffer from this, try to exercise first thing during your day or in the morning or at some point in the morning, because I think you will feel a lot better throughout your day and it'll help your mood throughout your day.
It makes a huge difference.
It really does.
Yeah.
So
you're totally right.
Yes, exercise, but also try to do it in the morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed. Additionally, sun exposure, like you said. So go outside, even if it's cloudy and gray.
Yeah.
Go outside, get some exposure to sunlight. It does help. It is the best way to actually get vitamin D.
Yes.
So that's the huge one. You can also get a SAD lamp.
Yes, I've heard of these. I don't think I've ever seen one.
I have not seen one in person.
Yeah.
I've seen one online.
Yeah.
But it's basically light therapy. And it involves, I think my mom has one actually.
Oh, okay.
It involves sitting in front of a light therapy box that emits a really bright light, usually about 20 minutes a day. So I've done red light therapy for injury, but I haven't done
I feel like they're very similar, and I think the red light therapy is really cool. We should do a whole episode on it.
Actually,
because
we probably should.
It's the science behind it is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just literally sitting in front of specific wavelengths of light that mimic the sun. There are a lot of devices now and they're very expensive, but they really do work. I mean, they're good for your skin, they're good for your mood. I think you could probably get that if you have the means financially, but you know, if you're thinking about improving your health, physical health as well, I think that would be a really good investment.
Totally.
And you could do it more so in the winter if you do suffer from it, because I do think it helps.
Yeah. I can see that.
One of my clients, she is newer to Colorado and she moved, you know, for her husband. So, and I think that she does tend to suffer from that a little bit, but she goes to this red light lounge or something around here.
Yeah.
And she said it sometimes she'll do it before a workout because she said it gives her some energy, but I think it just generally helps with her mood too.
Cool.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. It is.
I
it
have
is
like
really
a tiny red light that I used for my injury. My physical therapist actually recommended it.
Yeah.
So I got it when I was dealing with my back injury, and I had it 20 minutes every day.
Do you think you noticed a difference with it?
This is the hard thing. When I was going through, I was doing so much. I was doing the biggest thing I think was shockwave. I really think I don't know if it was shockwave or EMTT. They're basically, I did them both at the same time, both treatments. Like I did one, then I did the other. I did 7 weeks of that. And I think that made a huge difference. Then I did peptides.
Yeah.
And that made a huge
I think peptides kind of takes
right.
Peptides kind of take the cake.
But I did do those at 2 different times.
Yeah.
So I think the shockwave and EMTT actually did help quite a bit.
Yeah.
It really takes a long time.
Yeah. I think it's...
And then the peptides just like, boom.
Yeah. Doing it, both of them in tandem.
Yeah, would be absolute key.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great peptides now, but yeah. I digress. Additionally, other ways to deal with SAD, lifestyle changes. So if you are already experiencing any sort of depression, not just exercise, but also eating well is going to help.
Nutrients.
A ton. And I know that it's so hard to say that because you don't feel like it.
Right.
Like when you have depression, you don't want to eat.
You don't really care.
You want anything that's going to give you some extra boost of serotonin and dopamine. Right? You're like, something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
But eating well, like, will really, really, really help.
Yeah.
So, and sleep.
Okay, what about this? What if you have just one cookie pre-workout?
There you go.
And then you go work out, and then you feel better, and then now you have
red light.
Then you do the red light, and then your meals are, you know, you're getting your protein and your veggies and fruits in the rest of the day. How about that?
Yeah, how about it?
So you get a little boost, you get a little bump.
Yeah.
See, we're a compromise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. I also think that staying connected is super important. So volunteering if you need to, participating in group activities, getting together with friends and family. If you're stuck and you need a freaking social media Facebook group, you know? We have a Facebook group.
Join our Facebook group,
like,
Starting a Boyfriend.
Talk in there to us. I mean, community can be really, really, really helpful with any sort of depression, but especially as, you know, the days are longer and darker and you feel alone.
Yeah.
I think community is really important. I think it's underrated.
Don't mistake scrolling social media for community though.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's fine, whatever. You know, you can look at people. You're not connecting with people.
Yeah.
It's just...
And it can be detrimental.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize
Yeah.
what they're comparing themselves to without noticing.
It's just, especially right now with everything happening in the world, it's just, social media is a lot right now. So, but also if you're going on it to, scroll it and just look at people's posts and stuff, that's not necessarily doing what you need and getting that, it's not serotonin, it's the,
dopamine?
Well, it's dopamine. There's another, what is it? The love connection one.
Oh,
why can't I think of the name?
I don't know.
Damn it. I know, it's so obvious too. It's going to bug me, but whatever.
Google it?
Yeah. Google it, please.
Okay.
Get the AI lords.
What is it called? The love connection hormone?
Yeah, damn it.
It's fine.
It's going to be so obvious too. We're
Oxytocin.
Googling. Oxytocin.
Yep, got it. Okay.
The oxytocin I think you can get, I don't know if they studied this during COVID. It helped, FaceTiming people is good. That is, you're actually talking to someone, but being around people is even better.
Yeah.
So do that if you can.
Yeah. Well, and also compassionate touching.
Go get a massage.
Get a massage.
This is the best time. Go get a massage.
Touching. There's research behind compassionate touching by another human.
Yes.
Increase your.
It is actually
happiness.
Even just a hug. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be, creepy. The first time that we heard that from those two, what are their names? The Renaissance guys.
Oh, Renaissance periodization.
Yeah, they were talking
the
about
guys.
Okay, wrong one. Yeah, they were talking about it. They're
guys.
just these big meathead dudes, and they sound like really nice guys, but they were saying, they're both just talking about compassionate touching.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah,
it is true.
Yeah, it's very true.
But anyways.
The last one that I'm going to put out there, which I know you're going to be like, Heather, you talk about meditation all the time. But
it works.
Meditation, because Norman Rosenthal, who is the doctor who originally came up with this whole seasonal affective disorder, has on his website that he has SAD and he manages it with transcendental meditation.
Okay, please explain TM.
Okay.
Transcendental.
I wasn't ready for this.
Okay. Well, what is the difference between? So I think I've learned that it's more of a sleep.
What I can tell you about is it's copyrighted or trademarked.
Oh.
So it is its own thing. Yeah.
So it's not what true meditation in the yoga sphere.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but someone
trademarked it. Of course they did.
I can tell you
yes,
that.
They sure did.
And there is, I know there's actually a lot of research on it too, actual peer-reviewed articles on this type.
Because I've heard of people doing transcendental meditation.
Yeah, I do believe it's more of a restful meditation versus
Well, okay. Versus, I think because you do.
It was created by a
yoga.
yogi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the 1950s.
All right. Do you do this? Do you do this one?
I have never done
meditate?
a trademarked transcendental meditation session.
You've never done a trademarked meditation?
Okay, so here's the benefit of this. I have a lot of thoughts on yoga and trademarking, things I don't know.
That westernizing it.
Yeah. Some of it though preserves it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know enough about TM to say what I think about that, but I know a lot of times when a method that is truly based on the original method is trademarked or turned into a course or whatever, it also preserves the authenticity of that and the teaching of it.
Yeah.
Which yoga and meditation is meant to be shared. It is not saved for one culture or
Love
community.
That. Okay.
It is supposed to be shared.
The original
yogis said that.
Trademarking is not all bad.
So I have not tried actual trademark transcendental meditation,
Okay.
but I would like
Sorry
to hear
put you on the
from
spot.
anyone in the Facebook group if they have.
One of my clients, he's going on a meditation retreat next week in New Mexico for a week. So I wonder
what type of meditation.
Well, I was asking him about it, and because he's done it before. This is his third one, I believe. And I was asking what they do, and it's, they wake up. You don't talk. Okay. You don't talk at all, but I actually should, because I know that there are different kinds of meditation.
Definitely.
So maybe, because I have another session with him before he leaves, but also I'll recap after he comes back.
Okay,
but just to see, do they focus on different kinds of meditation, or is it more so just disconnecting, not having a phone, not talking to anyone? And I know he said that a lot of it is kind of guided, but also you do a lot of your own too. So like there's guided meditations, but I wonder if it's a specific kind.
Yeah, I think transcendental meditation
Yeah.
is like of Vedic origins, so like original yogis, right? And I believe that it has to do with mantras and like transcending thought with the use of mantras and maybe sound, but I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that.
All right, well, we digress from that. But we talked about it because apparently it's one of the best
Yes, it's a very good way to deal with sad.
Yes. So I think all in all, there are ways you could do this naturally, but also if you're still not experiencing any positive outcomes from it and you're still feeling it, you definitely should go talk to a therapist or talk to a medical provider who can help you, because maybe, worst case scenario, maybe you do need a little extra help from something just to feel better. And that's totally fine. I think there are a lot of people who are depressed and who are extremely depressed. And if they have to take medication to get them out of bed, to go work out, that is better. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think most people I've met with this, it's more of like a winter blues. Winter blues. Yeah. But there are people with full blown sad. So
100%.
And is what I have reverse sad? Yeah. Because it's summer.
Yeah.
And reverse sad. People always think I'm so weird because everyone, and I get it. In Colorado, especially up here in the mountains, is so nice.
Yeah.
I do get it. And I do think if I were to be living just up the mountain up here, we're in the foothills, it's, I don't know, a couple thousand feet higher. Yeah. So it is a little cooler. Maybe it would help, but man, when it's 100 degrees and...
Yeah, you're not a fan.
Not a fan. For a short time, like Pride Month is fun, Like we like Pride Month. I can deal with it.
Everyone likes to get half naked.
Everyone likes to get half.
Yep.
But then, like after July 4th, usually that's when it starts to hit me like, I'm hot, I'm sweaty.
Yeah.
I want to put my sweatshirt on.
Well, hopefully you feel validated a little bit.
I do.
Now that you know that summer
Look,
sad
everyone, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, what? You want the snow? Yeah. I do.
Yeah, it is a thing. It is very much a thing.
Yes.
So yes, if you suffer from seasonal affective disorder or you think you might, it is a good idea to talk to a therapist or someone that can help you.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of various ways to deal with depression, and we are obviously not therapists or doctors.
No,
we are
we're not.
Coaches, trainers, and exercise physiologists. So we're going to tell you the best holistic ways that we know of to help with your seasonal affective disorder, but please go see a doctor.
Yes, we might be unlicensed therapists, though, in our training sessions. Unlicensed, though. We listen. We're good listeners.
Group work, but not.
Yes, join our Facebook group and tell us where. This would be interesting if people were to just tell us where they live.
Yeah.
And if
you've ever
experienced
if you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah, if you want to, and
winter blues or
or previous places that you've lived that maybe you've experienced it more, and then you moved to Colorado and the sun's here and you're like, oh, I don't have it. So it'd be interesting to see.
Or have you experienced summer sad?
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Has anyone else?
Because I now know 2 people.
Validate me more, everyone.
Feel this way. So
I feel like there's one person, one of you in our group. We've got 1,000 people in there. Validate me. So someone tell me that you have this too, because now I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.